number 2. So today's a little bit different though, everyone, because normally we would share some kind of how-to demonstration. But today I wanted to be able to formally introduce Johnny to all of you as he is working for us full-time now at our Sandy, Utah location. He's going to be doing some amazing things with us as far as online content to be announced in the near future, which I'm very excited about. You guys are going to you're going to go nuts. It's going to be great. And but Johnny is also our new host for 3 Things at 3 on Thursdays. So next Thursday he'll be doing it live from Sandy, and I can't wait to see what he shares with us. So without further ado, let's learn a little bit more about who is Johnny Barfus. Why don't you give us a little bit of background, and then we're going to go start talking about a recent trip you just took, and I cannot wait to share with everyone all the amazing, amazing quilts you saw. So tell us a little bit about you first, Johnny.
Well, quickly, I have been quilting for 20 years. My grandma was a quilter. My mom was a seamstress. And I want to talk more about that in depth, maybe next week. Okay. I want to share more stories about that, if that's okay. But
absolutely.
My grandma passed away. And after she passed away, I needed a new quilt for my bed. And in my culture, like, you don't buy a quilt, you know, your grandma makes quilts. That's how I grew up. And so my sister and a best friend were both into quilting. And so I learned from both of them, my friend Julie and my sister Larry. And she, you know, my sister had a sewing machine, so I kind of used her machine mostly. And I just cut up a bunch of khakis and kind of my jean quilt, but it was a khaki quilt instead. And so, and then we tied it like with yarn and flannel in the back, and I still have it. Turned into a doggy quilt later on, but that's okay.
That's all right.
And then the second one was all men's shirts, like polo shirts, you know, like men's dress shirts for my friend's son, my friend who just had a son, had a baby boy. And so we made the quilt for him.
Nice.
And he's now on a mission for his church. So he's 20 years old. So that was 20 years ago. So
wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
That's kind of how I got started.
That's great. And are you okay there?
If you talk with your hands, you got to be careful.
Johnny, do you know we have a blooper reel we do at the end of every year?
Oh, good.
That's going on.
I will give you plenty of fodder for your blooper reel.
That's awesome. Laura
Sorry
said
about that.
It's okay. Laura said he needs a part in the opening video clip. Agreed.
Yeah, we can just put that one in right there.
That's right.
Flying video.
Someone
also earlier said I need a 3 Things at 3 t-shirt. I do have one.
He does have one.
I do have one of those.
That was official.
Yes.
I think, we will definitely be working in a new video clip with Johnny. I just need footage.
She says you and Barb should work together. And I was talking to Barb earlier, and she said, as long as you don't fall off your chair, you'll be okay. So.
That's right. Yeah. Colleen said that, you and Barb are chair challenged.
I'm just going to not move my hands.
Yeah, a lot of them, Marion
back
says
to my
you fell off the chair like Barb.
Hey, Deborah says I'm cool, so
I would agree.
There you go.
Yeah.
So my trip, I just went to Chicago, and I went to see quilts by an artist named Bisa Butler. Bisa, Bisa Butler.
Butler.
So I've been following her for a while. She does portraits.
Yeah.
And all out of fabric and thread.
Okay.
And
so let's back up for a minute.
Okay, sorry.
Okay. So Bisa Butler.
Yes.
She's a quilter.
Yes.
And definitely an artist, right?
Yes.
Do you know how long has she been doing this?
Probably like, I don't know, 10 years or so, maybe.
Okay.
So she studied art in school. And then she started out painting. And then when she had a child, she had a baby, and she didn't want to use the paints because of the fumes around the child. So she turned to sewing, which she had been taught as a child by her mother and grandmother, she said. And so she started doing portraits out of quilts, out of fabric, basically. And she the way she described it, she layers them like she would paint, but she just layers fabric on top of, does all these layers with just fabric.
Yeah,
And
it's pretty amazing.
yeah, the subjects are all like African American, like portraits, so old black and white portraits that she finds like in the Library of Congress and stuff, that she recreates as a portrait of the person.
Is she like doing? Is she doing applique? And is she doing like a fusible? Do you know?
I don't know how she does
Or
it, but like I know she layers it. And Elaine, sorry, I just saw Elaine's comment.
Yeah.
Johnny Cans, and that is so cool. Yes, we talked apple butter today.
Oh.
So anyway, so yeah, so she layers the fabric and she uses a lot of like African prints, so the African wax prints.
Yes.
And so when I went they had a special exhibit at the museum in Chicago called the Art Institute. So the Art Institute of Chicago, and they had about 15 to 20 portraits of hers. And so I went specifically for that, just to see.
That's what I was going to say. You went just to be able to see this.
Right. I had a lot of vacations saved at a previous job. So I just wanted to use that. And I'd never been to Chicago as an adult. I loved it. I love Chicago.
I do too.
It was such a beautiful city. I love architecture and I love shopping, and Chicago just has all the things, right?
It does. And good food.
Oh, Italian food. Oh my gosh.
Really good food.
So good.
So you go over there and you are just like mesmerized. How long is this exhibit going to be up? We're going to show a few pictures here in a minute.
It's only up for like 2 more weeks.
Oh, wow.
But then she has there's another exhibit going up in, I think, Philadelphia. I'll have to look. In a couple of months. So I think that I should take a trip out there to document it and be able to show everyone here. Don't you think?
No, not yet. No, that's amazing. I mean, just so cool. So I'm going to bring up some pictures, and why don't you just talk us through what we're seeing on the screen?
Okay.
All right.
Someone just said wax prints are so gorgeous.
They are.
They are. So I took this one because I wanted people to see the scale. So this lady is not touching the quilt. So, she just had her hand up, but I just wanted people to be able to see the scale of how big these are. I mean, they're like life size.
You can see a little bit up close. That is a beautiful, beautiful portrait.
Yeah. And what I love is the coloring.
Yes.
I mean, personally, I wouldn't think of coloring a person like that, but I just love the way that it translates. It's so amazing. Gosh.
And so when you're seeing these, is this raw edge?
Yeah, but it's not like any raw edge. She must use a fusible or something. Because it's very clean.
It's still very clean.
Someone said they watched her on Sewing with Nancy a few weeks ago.
Oh, wow.
So I like this one too. So if you look at her hair, I don't know if you have a close-up of her hair at all, but she used all these flowers for her hair, just these black flowers, and it just translated so beautifully.
So 3-dimensional?
Yeah, and there's one too, we'll get to, that it was a picture of a bride, and so she used like this tool, and so there's actually tools sticking out from the quilt. Like you can see the tool sticking out.
Oh,
like, what I mean? Like really 3D.
Tulle.
Yeah, THULE or TULLE. Yeah. Tool.
Wow.
And this one too, you can kind of see the shading like of that neckline, So there's stuff that she would do like layering, shading, and the quilting. So it's all just fabric and thread. It's just.
Does she? Oh, look, see, here's a little bit further back, and I didn't realize. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to show again the more up close. I didn't realize that this was actually her as a full body. That's
Yeah.
gorgeous.
And she uses a lot of symbolism too, which I wish I could have. So I was a little bit frustrated because there was only 2 benches. They had her separated into 4 galleries in the museum.
Mm-hmm.
There's only 2 benches in the whole exhibit. So there's only 2 places to really sit. I know,
Mm.
I didn't know if it was because of COVID. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I really wanted just to sit and like absorb it, but
Yeah,
anyway, it
absolutely.
was still gorgeous.
I think that you hit it right on, as just to sit and absorb it, because
Yeah,
honestly, I could look at these photos and just breathe and take it in. They're
right.
just stunning,
Yeah.
absolutely stunning. Let's bring
They're
up.
definitely I think this one, someone said one of them was acquired by the museum before this exhibit opened. So I think it might have been this one.
Mm,
But
it's beautiful. Are
Betty Jo says take your own camp chair next time. I
there
think
you
that's a good idea.
are the flowers part on the background, is that done by her, or is that the fabric?
No, I think it's just fabric.
Uh-huh.
It's
The
just like
African fabric is
I
gorgeous.
did see one. Yeah, Deborah says yes, this is one they acquired. So I did see one that she'll do the portrait first, like she'll do the person first and then lay it down over the top and stitch it all down.
Wow.
Yeah, so someone said also, Alice says her Instagram page is amazing. So Bisa
Mm.
Butler, Bisa Butler.
Does she do her own quilting?
Yeah, she has a
Mm.
long arm. I don't know what brand, but she has a long
Mm-hmm.
arm. She does them all on.
Mm-hmm. This is just
Yeah, and you look at I just love how the stitching and the fabric all come together to,
it's so true. Yeah, it
yeah.
really is amazing. Here's another one.
And she uses mostly prints that are the African wax prints. Another thing that was interesting was they had wallpaper made with using the same prints, some of them. So this whole
Mm,
wall of wallpaper using the same African wax prints was really
mm.
cool.
Alice Jackson, I see you're watching. This is totally right up your alley, my friend, with all those colors and those prints. It's just those eyes. I mean, look at their eyes.
Yeah,
It just blows my mind that this is fabric.
same.
Ah,
I think this is one of the first ones she did.
there's got to be some symbolism in this one as well.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's what I loved. So there's another one that they like the wife she used lemons in the print of the dress, and it's kind of symbolic of making lemonade after school,
Uh-huh.
and just
Uh-huh.
things like that. I really wish I could have taken more time to look at, but
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wow. So incredible. Let's take a look at this one. I love how you were posting this on your Instagram and you said you decided to spend some more time with Bisa Butler.
yeah. Well, I went like
Did you go
twice.
back?
I went twice to the museum. Yeah. I mean,
Mhm.
so 2, I was worried they required masks, and then my
Mhm.
glasses were fogging up from the mask. So here I am
Mhm.
trying to see these things that I traveled like 1,500 miles to see, and I couldn't even see them. I was so frustrated.
Oh, I bet.
I
I
tried
bet.
oh man, look at that. Like the fold of the dress,
Mhm.
capturing the fold just in like a different layer,
Mhm. It gives me the goosebumpies.
Yeah,
Mhm.
same.
It really does.
Yeah.
It's just unbelievable. Here's an up close picture of this little girl's face. The coloring on this is just unbelievable. Ooh, I'm seeing, is she long arming words in the
Yeah, this
background?
one had, I can't remember what it was. She'd written out a statement on the back in quilting.
Mm, wow. And the colors together, I mean, those greens, and then
Mm-hmm.
right next to it you've got those plums and
Yeah.
purples. Oh my goodness. It's just unbelievable to me. I would love to watch her process,
Same.
to see how she comes up with this. Another beautiful, beautiful piece. Are these bound
Yeah.
and using
They're
the
like, I think
same?
they're mostly faced.
Mm-hmm. So beautiful. What is
Oh,
this,
there's the
Johnny?
wallpaper.
Of hers?
No, so it's just like it's one of the African wax prints that they just
Oh,
turned into wallpaper.
okay.
So they had the whole wall, the whole hallway. This is a hallway um, that they made into wallpaper with those African wax prints.
Oh, wow. That is amazing. Yeah, Alice said the eyes are piercing.
They really are.
Mm-hmm. Well, you look at them and they're just like, they just are like speaking to you.
Yeah. I think this background was pieced. I didn't get, like I said, I couldn't get really close, but I think that was a
Mm-hmm.
pieced because it doesn't look like a solid piece of
Looks like
fabric.
it probably was. Yeah.
And this, oh no, not that one. But the colors too, like just
Wonder where, who, it's like, who is she? Who is she? Does she have like people in mind that she's designing after? Do you know?
some of them well, I know that some of them she pays tribute to someone. So that one a few back, the woman with the flowers for her hair, she said that was like her tribute to Beyonce. And
Really?
yeah, she had Beyonce in mind just because she was this
This is her.
powerful woman,
This
you
one,
know?
right?
Yeah.
That is so funny. I wouldn't have.
Yeah.
I
And
wouldn't
she
have thought
also
of
had
it.
a
I like that.
playlist with a different song for each quilt.
No way.
Yeah, and I didn't have headphones, so I couldn't listen to the thing. The whole
I,
thing.
in other words, you're saying, Chris, I really need to go to Pittsburgh.
Chris, I need to go back. This one I think I can't yeah, so this one she wanted this man to look like he travel the world. So can you see the plane in his pants?
Oh,
Can you see that? Is that the
I'm not seeing it, but I know it's probably kind of hard for
I know it's
us
so
to see.
small.
Oh, you know what? I've got an up close picture. Here we go.
Oh yeah, so see
Yes,
how
I
there's a
do see the
plane?
planes.
So
Okay.
she used that specifically to show that he was a traveler or a world traveler, you know?
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I love that background too. Oof. I love that pink. Let's see. Let's take a look at a few more. I love this.
Oh, this one? Oh man.
Boys.
I love the boy from the second from the right. Like he just
Uh-huh.
has so much attitude.
Yes, he does.
And
Here's another picture
yeah,
of
there
him.
we
Oh
go.
yeah.
And so the picture,
Mhm.
I think I have the picture. Did you put the picture in there that she referenced?
I don't think so.
Okay, so anyway, there was a picture that was like Easter parade on Sunday in Chicago,
Oh,
and so these
really?
boys were just they're just posing on this car, and I just love the attitude and
Oh my
the
gosh, yes. All the colors. Oh,
yeah,
wow.
just this is
Wow.
the one that has some tulle coming off it, I think.
Oh, I can see that. Yes. Yep, the tool
And
coming off.
this is the same thing. The ladies were all dressed up for like Easter Sunday, Easter parade or something, and
I love it. That's great. Oh, here are the ladies again.
yeah,
A different group, and they've got some attitude too.
they do.
I love it. Look at that, all posing. Oh my goodness, that's just amazing. Oh,
So yeah,
here's the
there's that
picture.
picture of
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, so there's the picture that she did this after, and then let me bring back the quilt. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. That's great. I love it. I like the large stripes behind.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Really cool background, huh?
Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness, look at that. I would imagine she's got some thoughts on this too. I mean, when you look at it, it just like the windows, maybe windows to the soul. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I
Yeah,
was curious as to, what
exactly.
is she, describing here? But I guess it's really anything with art is up to your interpretation, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Mm, so cool.
Oh, yeah, I could just stare at her stuff forever. I just love the
Mm-hmm.
colors. And I went to a fabric store, this gigantic this gigantic fabric store
Oh,
that
yeah?
had like upholstery fabrics, but they had like one rack of it of African wax prints, and I thought
Uh-huh.
buying some, but I have a lot already, so I didn't need to buy any more.
I've got some too from when Jess and I went to Africa a couple years
Uh-huh.
ago. I still haven't figured out what I want to do with them though.
So can you see the Taj
Mm.
Mahal behind her?
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's the same thing. She wanted like a well-traveled woman. So
Mm-hmm.
she put that's why she put the Taj Mahal behind her.
I love that.
I love that background too.
That is cool. Here's a more up close. Oh my goodness. Ah, it's really is something. Go.
Oh, that's where I tried to show the tool coming off the front.
Uh-huh. Yep. Yeah, you can see it a little bit there too.
Yeah.
But look at all the coloring. Look at his face and all those
Yeah.
blues. And I mean, it's just captivating how she can make every part of the facial bones
Right.
stand out depending on the color she's choosing. Oh, this is beautiful.
This one is um so this is about female mutilation. Sorry, this may be a little deep for three things at three.
Oh,
So the quilt is about female genital mutilation,
oh my
and
goodness.
the woman was rescued from it. So I was
Oh,
texting my friends. I have a friend who has been to Africa many times, and she sent me back a text that said the amount of people who are still undergoing that, like it's in the millions, who are still affected by that practice.
oh my goodness.
So, but I
Wow.
just love how powerful this looks.
I totally agree.
And then
Uh,
she also you like so she used this denim in there, and I just
uh-huh.
love the way it like pops off I mean, literally it's like fringe. Yeah. So see that
Very cool.
denim
Oh, yes.
that's like fringe.
Oh my goodness. Yes. Wow.
So, and you can see she's
Wow.
behind it there. It's just so powerful. Just such a
It is.
powerful medium and message.
Oh, it is. I just love it. I just love it. Oh, I just, oh, this little girl.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Johnny,
So if
what
you
a
everyone go follow her on
pleasure.
Instagram.
Yes.
Yeah, also there's a NPR was doing a piece on her, and they were interviewing someone while I was there. So like I saw this girl with the microphone that said NPR, and then I saw it come out. So I can post that in the comments
Oh,
if people
please
want
do.
to
Yes.
listen to that.
Yes, I love that. Let's go through a few comments. Allie says she loves how many women she incorporates into her work.
Yes.
Definitely. Barb said, oh my goodness, I can't even imagine how long it must take to make these.
I know, I can't either.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Jan said the chevron reminds me of old sound waves. Perhaps maybe that's why she used that. I
Right.
love that. Wow. Marilyn said, thank you so much, for sharing this. My friend saw it last week, posted on Facebook about the exhibit, but I didn't know that fabric was the medium. Yeah, I think, you know what, that's really true because it looks like they're paintings.
Right.
But it's all fabric.
Yeah.
And
she's very specific. Someone, Lorna says, what is her name? So her name's Bisa Butler, Bisa Butler. Julie says, do you know how old she is? I don't. I think she's probably in her late 20s, early 30s.
Susan said those are amazing, the facial expressions.
Oh, is that our Susan?
Yes.
She came in yesterday too.
Oh, Love
We
her.
miss you, Susan.
Absolutely. Um, let's see. Deborah said, I love Southside Sunday Morning. Her work is incredible. Marie says it doesn't even look like fabric.
Oh, it's crazy.
Wow. So, let's see. I think, I just think it's really special that you took time out of, a very busy life you have too, to be able to go pay tribute, to appreciate those kinds of things, because a lot of that work probably is underappreciated, I would say.
Yeah. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what she talked about too. Someone says she's 48, so I was way off. But like when she was in school, she wanted to work in fabric and she was disregarded. A lot of times the artists who work in fabric are disregarded because the professors of art or whatever, they don't consider fabric or quilting a proper medium, And that's why I love that this is, truly being, showing it in exhibits and museums. It's elevating it and showing that it is truly works of art. And that's what when people come into the store, if you come into the store and you apologize for something you made, I will definitely slap your hands, because I do not tolerate that.
Yep.
Like we're spending so much time and energy and thought and emotion into our work, and it's just it's art. You're making art, all of you, So
it's so true. And you're absolutely right. And Kathy said she can piece with the best of us, but she's not artistic enough for something like these. And that's okay, right?
Yeah, it takes talent to piece with the best of them. It really does.
And to applique,
right,
and to create, but all of us are just do it a little differently.
Yeah.
I mean, I could never do what she does, but boy, I sure can appreciate it.
I know. Yeah, definitely.
It really is stunning. Boy, we should see if she'll come on a 3 at 3. Do you think
we should?
Would?
I reached out to her on Instagram, but I haven't heard back from her. So,
really?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
Yeah, I would love to interview her.
That would be cool.
Love.
Well,
we'll see.
Never say never.
No, I believe in miracles.
Same here. Same here. Wow, how fun. What else did you do in Chicago while you were there?
Oh my gosh. So I love furniture too.
Yeah.
I studied industrial design for a time. So that's the study of how chairs are designed and how iPods are designed. And I really wanted to design furniture. I love woodworking. I love making furniture. So I wanted to design furniture. And then when I got to school, I went to school in Denver for a while, and the classes were mostly focused on like, what would the new iPod look like, or what would the next iPhone look like? And that does not excite me at all. And so the last day of my trip, I went and borrowed my cousin's car, and I went to all these furniture stores that we don't have in Salt Lake, and I just took pictures of chairs. And
really,
yeah, I didn't send those. I'll post those later, but
yeah, good for you.
Yeah. And wait, can I tell them what we're doing here? Should I wait on that?
Yeah, definitely.
So we are
do you want to take the camera out and show them?
Oh, I could.
Yeah.
So we are trying to get some better storage here at the Sandy store, and there's some fabric on the ground. And so I asked Chris, I said, could I buy some benches to put fabric on?
Yeah.
And so here's one.
Yeah.
I've been driving all over the valley, literally.
I love it.
Finding benches and chairs.
But there's some symbolism behind
there is some benches, symbolism.
So why don't you share that with them too?
So I found a church pew, and I just thought about okay, so when you go to church there's probably a lot of churchgoer people here. You
Mm-hmm.
know when you go into church and there's like you're like 2 minutes late and there's not a spot, and then you see your family or whatever, and they all scoot down and make room for you.
Uh-huh.
That's how I want people to feel when they come to the shop. There's always room for you at our bench.
Yep.
There's always room for you at our table.
Come sit by me.
Come sit by me. So
Mm-hmm.
there's always room for you here at my girlfriend's.
Yep.
That's what I want people to be able to think. So
I love that.
when you come for tug or anytime you visit our shop here, you'll see a lot of benches that I have scoured the valley and then painted white.
Painted white.
Um,
Mhm.
so
I love it.
I'm working on the church pew right now, but it's so cute. You're gonna love it. It's
Oh
so
my
cute. I
gosh.
love it. So I just want that feeling of like there's always room on at our table for you. There's always room on our bench for you,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how I want people to always feel.
I love
Not
it.
just here, but with all of us, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So anyway,
Absolutely.
I get
I
a
love
little
it.
choked up because that's how Chris has made me feel. So I
Oh,
love it.
thank you.
Now
Thank
I got
you.
to figure out where I'm just gonna stand right here.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
I love it. No, I think I think that's really important, especially in this day and age.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Barb just said similar to the horseshoe idea. Because do you guys know
Yeah.
what she means by that?
Yeah. Have I talked to you about the horseshoe?
I don't know if you have, but
Oh,
you believe in that? Okay, good. I mean, I
well,
know you do,
yeah.
but yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, like don't just open your circle, make a horseshoe, and
There's always room for more.
yeah, always room.
Instead of a closed circle, how about an open circle like a horseshoe? Because there's always room
Right.
for more. Always room for everyone. So, in fact, when Rachel, my teenager, just started high school last week,
Uh-huh.
and so what is she? She's 15, and she and a friend were over at the house, and they were, I don't know, making quesadillas or something. That's what they do. They come over and they make quesadillas.
Nice.
and they were talking about getting excited for school and everything. And I said, okay. Oh no. Rachel said to her friend, well, Addie, we're going to have to be horseshoes this year. My mom says we have to be horseshoes. And Addison was like, what? What does that mean?
What are you talking
And
about?
so she's like, well, Mom, why don't you explain to Addison what a horseshoe is? And so I explained it to him. I said, this is the way to be in life, is to always, instead of a closed circle of friends,
Mm-hmm.
it's always good to have a circle of friends, right? That's really important. We talk about that a lot. But how about we, instead of being a circle of friends, how about we be a horseshoe of friends? Because there's always room. If the circle's always open, and there's always room for more. And
Right.
Addison was like, oh, no, whoa, And so anyway, I went on Amazon that night and I found a horseshoe ring. And I
Oh,
bought it for both of them. And it
cute.
came a few days later. And so they both have a horseshoe ring to
Oh,
remind
that's
them.
awesome.
And so anyway, it's just the way to be in life,
It is. It's the way to
just the
be.
way to be. It's the way to be so much happier.
Well, I thought about that here, like arranging the fabric like a horseshoe, but I thought I don't know, but I mean, like the benches, but I got the
Yeah.
benches instead. So I think room on our bench is a good metaphor. So
Mhm. Come sit with me. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
In fact, I'll show you something. People at Tug have seen this, but I haven't shown it to everyone yet. Hold on. I found this and at Home Goods a few weeks ago, and I went nuts. I was like, this is exactly what I've been talking about. Look at this. Is that the coolest
yes.
thing?
Oh my
I love
gosh.
this. So this now, and I don't think the artist decided that this was a horseshoe.
Probably
But
not.
I'm calling it a horseshoe.
Yeah.
Right. And then this is carved out of wood, and then this is metal, and this person is lifting them up. And so we now have this in our offices here as a reminder of that concept. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, I love that.
I know. I just like I seriously I got all teary-eyed and choked up when I saw it because I was like, this is exactly what I've been sharing. How perfect. I had to get it. Like it didn't even matter how much it was. I was good. Like, I don't care if
Right.
it's $200. I'm gonna get it. It wasn't. It was like $25.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll be stopping at Home Goods on my way home.
Seriously. I
That's
just couldn't
great.
be more excited. So that's
I
what a
love it.
horseshoe means. Has it meant something different to you?
The horseshoe?
Yeah.
No, I was just thinking about I just think about that metaphor a lot of
Mm-hmm.
opening your circle and
Mm-hmm.
opening, there's just so many
Absolutely.
people.
We
Anyway,
need
yeah.
that.
Everyone needs a friend right now.
Yep.
Doesn't matter who
Yep.
you are. We all need someone to welcome us in. So,
Absolutely. Absolutely. Always room for more. I love it. Well, anyway,
so
it's
there's
so cool.
always room on our bench here for you, but it
Absolutely.
might be
And I
covered in
love,
fabric.
I move the fabric over.
Yeah.
But you'll feel right at home, right? With the
Yep.
fabric right next to you.
Yep.
I know some people may think I'm a little cheesy when it comes to it, but I don't care.
Wow.
It's all
If
good,
I
right?
hope people think I'm cheesy. That's like my goal.
Yeah.
Like, heck yeah.
Then you are in the right place.
Yes, exactly.
I'm the queen of cheese.
Good.
Oh, Johnny, it has been such a pleasure to be able to talk to you today
Thank
about all of
you.
these things. And
And
thank you for
thanks for
sharing
everyone
about
that's come
Chicago.
in and said hello and welcomed me
Yes.
so kindly
Yes.
last week. So thank you. Thank you.
Definitely. So, for those of you who are in the Sandy area, you have to go see Johnny B.
Johnny B.
Johnny B. He's there with us,
Or,
and
yeah,
he's just if you need a little extra lift in your day, you need to go see him.
I
He's
hope
pretty
so.
cool. Yeah. Um, yeah. Thanks for being who you are.
Thank you.
And you guys will see him every week now, Thursdays. So watch him, and he's got lots of great things to share with
Yeah, I
all
hope
of
so.
you. You do. You are a
I
plethora
haven't
of knowledge.
I haven't run this past Chris yet, but next
Uh-oh.
week we're going to be talking Halloween. Our little how-to is going to be some Halloween.
Nice.
So
I like it.
I'll talk to you after this about.
Sounds great to me. Sounds wonderful. All right, guys. Hey, thanks so much, everyone, for being with us. Oh, I almost forgot. We've done theme number 1 and we've done theme number 2. So, Johnny, why don't you tell us what time is it? It's time for
number 3.
Yes. All right, time for theme number 3. I did this in honor of you, Johnny, because Johnny used to work with Handy Quilter in their education department. So he is just so full of great education and information about long arming, but so much more. So, but we have actually an online long arming event coming up very, very soon that all of you can take for free. Did you know that?
I did.
Yes.
I heard about that.
Sign up for our free online long arming event. If you guys will go to Deal of the Day, I can't even remember what the dates are off the top of my head, but it's coming up.
Right.
And it's in September. There are 5 different classes to choose from, I believe. You can take 1, you can take 2, you can take all of them if you want. It is free. Now, this is the only caveat. These are not recorded. Okay, so Handy Quilter doesn't record these for us. So it is with a long arm national educator, and you're going to learn. Oh, thank you, Judy. It's the 14th and 15th of September. You're going to learn all sorts of cool things, aren't they, Johnny?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you can just watch from the comforts of your own home. So again, it's not recorded. Everyone heard that. I'll make sure I'm very clear. It is
Right.
not recorded, but you can watch and be able to enjoy that and learn something new and get
Yeah.
better at your long arming. So
Yep.
head over to Deal of the Day. Normally we charge, and even when we charge, it's not, our prices are so good.
They are.
I'm just saying.
Bargain.
It's like $29, right? So
Yeah. Someone said, "Uh-oh, that's during tug." Isn't it just like the day before tug, though?
it's the day before tug, Alice. But I know a lot of you are probably flying in. It was the only time we could do it. Sorry. So maybe we'll do another one again in the near future. And actually, Johnny is going to be helping out with a lot of future classes for us as well. So, but check that out for those of you who aren't going to tug, or even if you are and you might be traveling that day, maybe you can still check in sometime during the day. Okay. So sign up for that. It's on our website. Go to Deal of the Day and be able to watch that from the comforts of your own home. And even if you do not currently own a long arm, why would somebody want to watch, Johnny?
They will learn. Someone just said, "What if I don't have a handy quilter?" Yeah, you can learn about long arming in general. Yes.
It does not have to be a handy quilter.
Does not have to be a handy quilter.
So what if somebody doesn't own a long arm? Is this still beneficial?
Yeah, because they might want to buy one sometime.
Exactly. And so it gives you a great opportunity to see what you're doing, right? And to see what long arming is all about.
Right.
So definitely.
I know, like, for me personally, I was like super afraid when I bought one the first time. I was like, what am I doing? I didn't know what I was doing, but.
And now look at you.
And now look at me. I'm a celebrity.
You are celebrity. SEW.
SEW.
Exactly. And I mean, you love to long arm now. So
yeah,
cool.
I really do.
Yeah. And yeah, Betty just says it's going to help with your free motion quilting. Even if you were doing quilting on your own domestic machine, you're going to learn different principles, right?
Yeah.
Of moving that fabric and such.
Yep.
And design.
And I know a lot of people want to finish their own quilts. So if you're currently like paying someone else, which is fine, I still love to pay by check, to quilt by check on occasion.
I quilt by check.
Now I quilt by Venmo, but that's a different story.
Exactly.
But yeah, like I know a lot of people want to finish their own quilts. So if you definitely have that in mind, then it's a good thing to tune into.
Definitely. Yep. Absolutely. So head over to mygirlfriendsquiltshop.com, go to Deal of the Day. You'll be able to register right there. It is free. It is not recorded. I love Deb said, this is a recording. It is not recorded. I can always count on you, Deb, to make that fun comment. I love it. I love it. So yeah, Judy said, can you sign up for all 5 or do you have to pick one class? Judy, best news ever. You can sign up for any and all. So it is not just one.
Any and all.
Yep, any and all. So you can sign up for 1, 2, whichever ones interest you the most. So absolutely. We've never done this before as a free event.
Very generous.
So thank you. So, I mean, we're still paying the teacher, so we want to be able to give this opportunity to as many of you as possible, to whether it's to, get really improve your own skills.
Yeah.
Or to be able to consider possibly thinking about a long arm in your future. So check that out, sign up, and should be a lot of fun. All right.
Awesome.
Okay. Let me see. Oh, Alicia said, hello, Johnny B. I'll watch the replay to find out more about you. Yes, definitely. Hi, find out more about Johnny. I think you'll really enjoy what he has to share. Tana, Johnny will not be the instructor on that class. No, this one we we had arranged before Johnny came to work for us. So, but he will in the future on some classes. So be sure and check those things out. All right. Anything else that we need to, anything else that's on everyone's, weighing on anyone's mind? I think we're good. Hey, everyone.
I think so.
Johnny, do you have any last parting words of wisdom you'd like to share?
Oh, my friend Julie commented, I love Johnny B.
Oh, woot woot.
I love you too, Julie.
That's awesome.
No, I'm like super grateful to be here. It's actually a dream. It really is. So much fun.
Thank you. Thanks, Johnny. We appreciate you. All right, everyone. Have a great rest of your night.
Yeah, I will see you next Thursday, if not sooner.
That's right. And in the meantime, everyone, stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy, stay home, but get some fresh air. And of course, keep sewing. Bye, everyone.
Love it.